So, hi everyone, it's Wanda and Kim from the Cat Advocate, and Kim is also, or the Armchair Cat Advocate. Oh my God, the Armchair Cat Advocate.
I'm so
The
glad I'm not the
Armchair
only
Cat.
one. Listen, hi
It's
everyone.
been a
This is
day.
Wanda from the Armchair Cat Advocate. I'm Kim from Life with 18 Cats. How y'all doing today?
Well, Kim's also part of the Cat Advocate
Yes.
team. So yeah.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
been a day, folks. It's been a day. Can't even tell you the
Wanda
crap.
didn't answer my phone call this morning. I had to go live just to get my litter boxes done. I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore.
Yeah, and I don't know, we tried to do StreamYard because we have some things we want to talk about, and
Yep.
it would just be more comfortable for both of us if we could actually have the horizontal orientation
Correct.
on a device rather than the vertical, which street or YouTube Live. If you go right through YouTube, they only allow. Hi, Gertrude. Oh,
Hi,
Gertrude.
Gertrude.
Gertrude, we need you.
I don't know, Gertrude. You might not want a wrench at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, so it was that, and I couldn't get into StreamYard, and and then we tried to do it on the tablet and stream. I don't know, something's going on with StreamYard, so we had to do it this way. And then Kim was having feedback, and we couldn't figure out why Kim was having feedback. And then we figured out that we hadn't hung up. We were
We were
still
still
connected.
on the phone with each other while we're trying to do this through our phones. It's been, oh my God.
Yeah, it's
Oh
been a
God.
day. It's been a day, and
Whew.
um, we really are. I mean, it's been a day, and I promise you, there's a cat issue involved in this day
Yes.
because that started kind of the morning. And also, I've had an issue with a pet today, and I want to talk a little bit about that because Kim and I had that discussion this morning as well. But before we do anything else, um, I want to talk a little bit about the channels, not just both of our channels, together, and separate. And the kind of some of the issues that we've been having with certain comments and behaviors that are honestly not acceptable and will not be tolerated. And I'm not.
Can I can I tell the story about just some point? Can I tell the story about why the little girl thing?
Go ahead. You tell your story now. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna preface this whole thing that she's about to go through with I'm gonna go ahead and just stop anybody that wants to jump in here and go, I don't think kids are watching these things. Um, when I brought Sadie in to get fixed recently, when I went to pick her up, there was a little girl about 6, 7, maybe 8 years old, sitting in there waiting for her kitty with her mom. And she pointed at my tattoo on my arm, this one, and she was talking to me about it. And I looked at her and I said, "Well, if you like kitties, you can definitely go and you can see my channel and you can meet my kitties." And I told her mom, I said, "It's perfectly safe. It's totally for kids. Nothing bad. It's just about my cats and blah blah blah." And she said, "Okay." So just before anybody tries to say, I don't think there's kids watching any of these things, there are. There are kids watching these videos. There are kids. The kids can access the conversations in the chat and in the comments and everything else. So anything you guys say, just remember that there are younger eyes on those too. So that is just, I wanted to make sure that nobody can say that there's no kids and there's no kids in here, because there are. I
Yeah.
got it. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I actually had a good comeback because I was going to say, two meatballs are having a conversation. So what does that make you watching?
Right.
I mean,
Never mind, I'm
really,
not going to say it. Oh my God, I almost said something I shouldn't say.
how pitiful is your life that you have to watch two meatballs, so
Mm-hmm.
whatever, dude,
Yeah.
bye bye. Um,
I'm Italian. I mean, that's meatballs kind of came from that. I mean,
so
I can live with that.
I want to say hi to Albino Links and hi to Gertrude.
Yes, hi guys.
Okay, so yeah, and we're going to talk a little bit about Bentley, Gertrude. So here's the issue. Kim, I think yesterday when she went live and she did the Pride show, some things happened. There was some fallout from that, which I mean, she knew
Oh, yeah.
going into it,
Yep.
and I knew, sitting next to her as an ally and a friend, that that might impact me as well. And we just had some things going on today that really bothered me.
Mhm.
And one of the things that bothered me is hi Chris, hi Cat, Dad
Hi,
Cat.
Kat. Hi, Chris.
Um, One of the things that happened was Kim lost quite a few subscribers. I mean,
I did.
she lost
I
about
lost 10.
she lost 10
Yep,
subscribers.
I did.
I actually gained a subscriber, and here's the issue for me. I don't know if I don't know if who watches whose channels, or if they watch both, but you know I come out as as a straight woman
Yep.
who's an ally to my friend and
Yep.
to other people that are in that community, and in the Pride community, in the rainbow community in my life. And it's very upsetting to me that, and I've seen this also with people that I know of color and other
Mhm.
diversities, where I'll
Mhm.
be with them somewhere and I'm treated differently than they are, which means I'm treated better than they are.
It's
And
the guilty by association mindset people have.
yeah, it's I don't like it. I don't
Right.
like the fact that the little short that I did that got over 400 views, I got mainly positive comments on. I had a little bit of weirdness, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But for the most part, it's very positive.
Yeah.
Whereas Kim Kim got backlash,
Yep.
and the
Which,
other.
like she said, I knew that going into it that could happen. And you know what? I know. Thank you guys. I know you guys are like seriously like you're like what? Oh my god! Listen, it's okay, and here's why. Because that's 10 people that I didn't want here. So
Yeah, and the fact that we even are having this discussion is
right
really ridiculous. I
is
mean,
asinine.
this is a channel about cats. And if
Mhm.
if you, like Kim said yesterday, if you don't like her rainbow flag, if you don't like, the way I look, or what something that I do, or my love for my cats, and we're going to talk about that in a minute in a YouTube friendly way. If you don't like that, then you know what? Go. Go.
Yep.
There's so many
Atomic
places you
X,
could
how you doing?
go. There are there are how many thousands, millions, how many
Yep.
other channels there are out
There
there.
is
You can
endless
go.
numbers.
Stop being a dick. Well, I don't know if I can say that, but I just did. Seriously. There's so many places you can go. You don't have to do that. You don't have to come in here and cause problems for people.
No,
You
no.
know, I'm this is the thing. Okay, so you want to call me a meatball? Go ahead, call me a meatball, but I'll tell you, I've survived shit that would probably make you wet your little pee-pee pants. So don't even come in here and try that with me. Don't. And I don't care if YouTube likes this or
I
not.
know.
'Cause Mr.
I know.
YouTube, I will
I
talk to
know.
Mr. YouTube. I'm fired
It's
right now. I'm
I
this
know.
makes me really angry.
I
So,
know.
we
You have
had
every
this
right to
issue.
be.
We had this issue with Kim.
I know.
When I posted that little short, I really thought I thought twice before I hit that publish button, because I thought, what's going to happen? I only have like 148 subscribers to her 4,000. I lose 10 subscribers. That's a lot. I'm trying to build this channel for my cats, and, for me, and to educate people and to help other people out there that are going through what I'm going through, not feel so alone. That's why the
Right.
channel started. Hi, Cam
Hi, Cam.
and Chris, and Atomic X. I'm not familiar with you,
Yes.
but you're welcome here. Um, and the thing is that I have so much going on in my life. I deal with mental health issues. I deal with physical health issues. I deal with financial issues. I deal with housing issues. I deal with poverty. I deal with goofy neighbors. I deal with so much every
Uh-huh.
day. It's a struggle. And I'm telling you, I would not even get out of bed if it wasn't for these cats. I wouldn't even be
Right.
here if it wasn't for these cats. And
Right.
my friends also are a big deal for me. Kim and I keep each other on track.
Yeah.
We have a lot of the same kind of mental health issues, the same kind of life experiences. We have the same kind of um, thoughts on certain things. And when I did that little short last night, when I hit that button, it's like I have to do this because she's my friend. And if she goes down, then I'm going to go down with her. I didn't have anything going before I started this channel. I may not have anything after this channel, but you know what? This channel means shit because she's my friend and I love her. And I love her like a sister. I love her like, women used to get together and support each other. What the hell happened to that? Why are we so at each other's throats because of who she loves or doesn't love? This is ridiculous. It has to stop. And this isn't the channel for this. This isn't the channel. This is the channel to support each other. We have people like Ruby Dawn going through all kinds of natural disasters, she's spending down all her money trying to support these cats. Kim with her 19 cats. I've talked to a lot of you people that are in the chat right now. I've seen your comments and they touch my heart. They do. Some of them make me cry. I have people telling
Cam,
me,
Cam, just so you know, what we're talking about right now is the fact that after the live stream yesterday, and don't worry, I'm not crying because of this. It's because I've got such a good friend in Juana, and it just makes me so happy. But I lost 10 subscribers after the live stream yesterday, so we were just kind of touching on that first. That's just number one on the list of things we're going to discuss. But that's where we're at right now, Cam. I know you were late coming in. I just wanted to catch you up.
yeah, and this was really impromptu because some things happened today and we really need to talk about it before and there's a cat related issue, I promise you, after this, but
Listen,
um
there's two crazy cat ladies here. It's all
yeah,
cat related. No,
yeah,
Cam, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, because I'm not. If I lost 10 subscribers after yesterday's live stream, they didn't need to be here, and I don't want them here. And they're
it's
just
like,
jealous that my hair looks so good. Exactly, Gertrude. But Wanda, I just want to tell you that my entire life, I've always been the strong person. So nobody's ever really like come to my defense or decided to defend me or anything, because I'm always the one that's defending everyone else. And so I'm not used to having a friend that actually says what you just said and is willing to like actually stand beside me and say, you know what, you sink, I sink, whatever. So I just want to tell you that I really appreciate that, because that's not something that I get very often. So thank you.
well, you're welcome. And you're my friend, and
I
and
know
I
you're
have
my
your back,
friend too.
and I'm not
Oh,
going to.
it's the big see, love wins, man.
Yeah,
No matter what, in every
yeah,
facet.
and I'm not going to let somebody say these things about you and not come out and say something about it, because I'm not. I'm a straight woman. I'm not part of the LGBT community, but that doesn't mean that I love her any less. And if people want to twist that and make it perverted, then that's their issue. That's not my issue. That's not Kim's issue. That's not anybody in the chat's issue. It's really not. And like I was saying, there's so many people in this chat. You're sharing your stories with me. And hi Nanya. And I
Hi,
mean, and
Nanya.
some of these stories are, I mean, I'm sitting there, I have tears in my eyes. Some of these stories of people and the challenges that they have and how hard life is for people. And, there's all this
Damn it,
stuff that
Gertrude.
she is hot. She's a hot mommy cougar or cougar mommy.
Oh my God. Hi, Sinful Wolf. Oh my
It's,
God, that's so God, Gertrude, listen. There's somebody to listen, Gertrude. We're gonna talk about something. There's gonna be some points in time in here. We're gonna be serious. Feel free to give us the comic relief all you want to.
so it just comes back to people just saying things that are really inappropriate.
Yeah.
They're not necessary. I don't understand their mentality. I knew,
No.
you know, I knew going into this, and this is one of the reasons why I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do social media again. I mean, because I did, you know, I did the knowledge is power, but that was more of a community thing. So it wasn't like this is like the Wild Wild West here. And I've just been so fortunate to have so many really. I know, Kat, I'm working on that. I was actually planning on doing that today, and then some stuff happened. Um, but you know, I'm really trying really hard here. You okay?
Mittens came by and was like, "Hey, look, a tripod." Sorry.
You know, I'm trying. You know, I'm trying hard to just let it go because Kim was like telling me let it go. But one of the comments I got
Right.
well, there was actually two comments. One of the comments that I got,
Be careful now.
I am, but one of the comments I
Okay.
got was from someone I don't know who this person was, and there's actually a hidden comment, but they made an implication about the way that I love my cats, and I'll leave it at that. It was vulgar.
Yeah, it was very inappropriate.
Yeah, and it was vulgar. And
It was vulgar,
so, of
inappropriate.
course, they got I reported them because the comment
Yeah,
was
that one. Yeah, I had to agree with that one. Yeah, that one was reportable.
yeah, that one was, you know, I mean, when YouTube sees, I don't see how they won't see that as anything other as pornographic. So,
Right.
or
Yeah.
pornographic.
Oh,
whatever.
and by the way, Wanda, just so you know, I know this is something that a lot of people don't know. We say pornographic. Yeah,
Pornographic.
because the other word actually does get flagged.
Okay, I've
Because
heard
the AI
porn.
doesn't know the difference between, doesn't understand context. So
Okay,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah, so just so you know.
yeah,
I don't want anything bad to happen. So I'm just like, yeah, just say
yeah.
prawn.
I don't want anything bad to happen either. And then the other issue that I'm so we have kids in, as Kim was saying in the beginning,
Yep.
there are children
Yep.
that are in the
In our videos, in
community.
our channels, in our comment
Yeah,
section, and reading
yeah.
everything that everybody writes.
And there's also been I got a comment that was let's just say it this way. I'm not calling Ballinger, okay? I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You know what? Here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one for you. Here's the deal. We had a little live stream the other morning where somebody named Bentley came in, and Bentley claimed to be 9 years old. Now, because none of us know who Bentley is, we have no choice but to take him at his word. So the fact that everybody, as far as everybody in the community is concerned, Bentley is 9 years old, anybody getting into a comment section and saying something to someone about the fact that they are trying to entice, as an adult, Bentley, or even talking about Bentley, is inappropriate. Because, like I said, we don't know who Bentley is. We only know what Bentley told us. And if Bentley says that they're 9 years old, then guess what? Bentley is now off limits to the entire community. Please. That's all I'm going to say. Bentley is off limits to the entire community unless someone can come to me and prove to me that this is a full-fledged adult. Because as a child, they are off limits. That's all I'm going to say to the entire community, so please respect that.
Yeah. And we do have children. I mean, I wasn't aware of this. I wasn't aware that we had kids in the, you know, I mean, I've said things that, I mean, just like in this live, I'm saying things that I wouldn't say around a child because
Right.
I'm not considering this content, and every single thing I click is when YouTube says, "Is this for kids?" No, it's not for kids. This
Right.
is for adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one, yeah,
Yes,
that.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. And Nunya, here's the thing. It doesn't matter who Bentley actually is, because like I said, you can go find that channel, you can do whatever you want, but until someone comes to me and proves to me that the person using that account that day was over the age of 18, because no matter what their YouTube channel might be, it could have been their child using their account. You don't know, I don't know. All we know is that the person that was there said they were 9 years old. 9 years old is off limits to everyone. As far as our channels are concerned, Yeah. No, I know, Nanya. I know you're not. I'm just letting everybody know that it doesn't. I don't want anybody going and looking up the channel and coming back and saying, "No, it's clearly an adult." The channel owner might be an adult, but how do we know that that person doesn't have a 9-year-old child and that person was using their adult, account either with or without their knowledge? We don't, but we do know that they claim to be 9 years old and they are now off limits to everyone because this is not Colleen Ballinger, like she said, and I'm not interested in Chris Hansen knocking on my door. So just as a blanket statement overall, if someone claims to be under 18, that person is off limits to the entire community in comments, chat, everything. Please, I'm begging you guys. Just use some discretion here. If it was your child, you wouldn't want a bunch of adults coming at them or whatever else. Don't do it. Just don't, please.
Yeah, because I mean, we don't know. We don't
Yeah,
know.
we don't.
So we're just going off the assumption of, if we have 9-year-olds, because I know, like, Kim had on her channel, she had a grandmother and a little girl sending things to her through Amazon. She and a little girl wrote her a note. I mean, so
Yeah.
you
Olivia
know,
from Arizona.
yeah. So we don't know. I mean, we don't know, and and
Yeah,
of course, it's going to be, there's always going to be argument of, well, that's the parents' responsibility. Well,
right.
yeah, it is the parents' responsibility, but let's just face it. It's a whole different world than what I grew up in or what Kim
Yeah,
grew up in. And there are parents that are very good parents that
yeah.
they don't, I mean, kids are smart. Kids are
Kids know how
smart.
to do things that parents don't these days.
That's
Just the
right.
bottom line is, you guys,
Yeah,
yeah, what Chris says right there in the comments, that's common sense if he said he's 9. Thank
yeah.
you, Chris. Just please, you guys, exercise some caution. And in comments, there was some comments that were made under some videos that regarded Bentley and some that alluded to some kind of idea that Wanda was somehow trying to lure Bentley. And this is somebody who said they were 9. So how about we don't? How about we don't do that? That's inappropriate. It's rude. It's disgusting. And I'm not going to stand for it. And let's not forget that, yes, Wanda and I are co-owners of this channel, in case some people are not aware. We're co-owners of this channel. I'm just the silent owner. But guess what? Things like this happen. I'm not going to be silent. Same rules go here as I've stated on my channel on Life with 18 Cats. You're going to be appropriate in the comments. You're going to be respectful in the comments. You're going to treat each other with respect and support and kindness, or I will, or that's not going to. It's not going to be tolerated any other way. It's just not. We're not going to have people tearing each other down or being rude or disgusting or doing things that involve children. No, it's not going to be tolerated. So
Yeah.
just remember that, please.
And this channel was created because Kim and I wanted to have a platform to do the advocacy work that
Right.
we were doing, because it's very hard to get a lot of these animal welfare organizations to let people with lived experience come in and talk about, this is my experience with a pet, being homeless, not having access to vet care, all those things that affect people that, I mean, are living in poverty. And yeah,
Right.
I'm not saying that people that didn't have those experiences don't experience that too. They most
Right.
certainly do. But
Right.
when there's all this talk right now about, I mean, the big movement, there's a big movement, there's a big co-shelter, it's called co-sheltering, a big movement to keep pets and people together during times of homelessness, rather that be homelessness because of DV or of natural disasters or
Right.
evictions or whatever. And
Right.
that's this is what this yeah, for me, the thing that angers me is that all of this is taking away from what I want to do with the channel, which is educate people, get people to look at cats, particularly outdoor community cats, in a different light, to change that narrative so that people aren't looking at them like, in Ruby Dawn's area, they're considered vermin. Here, the SPCA won't help because, oh, we don't want, to have them mess up our save rate number, so we don't get that all that extra funding. Um, that's why I want to do this channel, because I want people to see that, yeah, when I go down and I feed the colony and the cats are coming over, I mean, they're acting like they act like your companion cats that live in the house. And that's what I want people to see. I'm not interested in all the politics and the gossip and the rumors and all the other things. And I mean, I value all the people that have come to this channel and subscribe to this channel and support this channel. I'm
Right.
just asking that we have a little bit of, you know, common sense and decency to each other.
Yeah.
And for people that are, and really it's not so much the community that we have right now, like the community that's in this chat, because everybody here is great.
Yeah.
It's very supportive, very loving, very caring, but the problem the problem becomes when you have these people that pop in and say, oh look, the two meatballs, or look, what kind of sin or sinners are these people, or whatever kind of goofiness that they want to bring. We don't need that energy. We don't. We're just a bunch of crazy cat people, men and
Right.
women, that and non-binary, that
Right.
want to be part of a community. And this should be a safe space. This should be a
Yeah.
welcoming space. And it
Yeah.
should
Because
be.
cats don't care, guys. Cats don't care.
They
Cats
don't.
don't care. They don't.
They
You
don't.
want to see how much
Um,
cats care? Cat, listen, I'm sorry that there's so much going on over here. Sadie wants to play fetch right now. And I can't stop her. Once she wants to play fetch, she wants to play. So I'm sorry, you guys, if I'm being distracting. I know that's really rude, but she won't leave me alone without if I don't do this for you. Betty?
and it's yeah, it's just yeah. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I don't know. Look, people in the chat right now. Um, I don't know. I don't really know anything other than what you tell us. I don't know anything about any of you. I
Yeah.
don't know what your uh what your political affiliations are. I don't know
About
what. I mean,
Adele's
I don't.
concert. What about Adele's concert?
Oh yeah, what about?
Yeah, Nunya, I didn't hear anything about Adele's concert.
Neither
I
did
mean,
I.
since it's the topic of discussion, there must be something that has to do with Sadie thinks she's the third owner of the channel. She wants recognition.
Oh, and Nanya, I haven't seen Scar. But I don't see him every day anyway, so I'm thinking he's probably okay until I don't see him at all. I'm going to
Right.
assume that he's okay and he's just hiding, because if I think otherwise, I'll just drive myself crazy. I'll be worse. Gertrude. Gertrude, I think I
Someone
think
yelled a
all
negative
I think
comment
all
in
of
the
us.
audience. God,
Yeah.
people are just awful. People need to listen. You know what though? Here's the thing, Nanya. I can't imagine that Adele's concerts are real cheap. So I hope it was worth every penny that they paid for that ticket just to go there and do that. I hope it was worth it to them.
Yeah, and
Because you know what? I can guarantee you it was worth it to Adele for all the money she got from that concert. So joke's on you, buddy.
yeah, I don't think Adele cared at all. If I was making
No,
that kind of
no,
money, I wouldn't care.
no,
You
no,
know,
I wouldn't either.
I
I'd be
mean,
like, yell what you want.
there was there's a content creator who does, yeah, he does reaction. He's a reaction channel. So he does reactions to Moral World, which for those of you who know is like these problematic YouTubers, Amberlyn Reed and Chantel
God,
Foodie Beauty and all these, and they're just I mean, it's just
she got me
they're
saying mouth line. Good for Adele.
they're just like they're really good psychology and
Studies.
analysis experiments.
Oh yeah, they're definitely case
Yeah.
studies. Oh
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, they're definitely case studies. But, my point is that this content creator, he was talking about how this one per now the one how the one I think it was Amberlyn was talking about, people being mean, and like Eugenia Cooney, people being mean, and he said, really, he said, do you think, like, it probably does bother them a little bit, but you're making like $20,000 a month off of YouTube. Do you really think that somebody saying some stupid thing like, look at the two meatballs discussing, do you really
Right.
think that, it's like, I mean, we
Yeah.
don't care now. We really
No.
wouldn't care if we were making 20,000 a month.
Right? Yeah, that's not going to change much, guys. I'm not going to suddenly care. Just I'm not. I just don't. It's a I love the fact that she cursed the person out. That good.
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 Yeah, good.
I'm glad. Good for her. Good for her because it shouldn't be tolerated no matter where it is. But yeah. So let's see. So let's start checking off the boxes. Now, you want to talk about what happened today?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about, because this kind of goes into something that I talked about with Ruby Dawn. Those of you who saw that live stream where, Ruby Dawn was talking about she can't take care of herself because her cats would suffer. If she like took time for herself, the cats would suffer. And I was trying to tell her that, this cats will suffer more if you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And by the way, I have to retell the story of the oxygen mask because I told my therapist this on Sunday and she said, "Well, actually you didn't tell it quite right." I'm like, "Okay." So I have to Louis in the Mansion, they were the
Yes.
same. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
There's not going to be change.
I'm definitely Ellie with her critters, Gertrude. I don't look like Ellie. I'm not that cute, but
Right.
I definitely have
Yeah.
a love for the critters.
Yeah.
I'm probably more like Granny right now. Your garbage.
Okay, so you guys tell me what. So now tell me what happened. Okay, so you told this story to your therapist,
Okay.
but you didn't tell her. You didn't tell it right.
So this is the example that she said, my therapist said she thinks it's lost a little bit of impact because people have heard it so often now. Originally
Yeah.
it had more impact, but basically the
Right.
story goes, so you're in an airplane.
Yeah.
You have your child with you. The plane's going down, the oxygen masks drop. Whose oxygen mask do you put on first? Yours
The child.
or your child's? And see, most people would say the child,
I know.
but really it would be you,
Right.
because if you don't have your
You
oxygen
pass
mask
out.
on and you pass out,
What?
right?
You got this story from me, right?
I think you probably it's a DB story.
No, I know it is. That's where I got it from. It was from DBT therapy that I went to one time.
That's where I got it from. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a DBT. It's dialectical behavior therapy is what we're talking about. So,
Yeah, no, that's where I got that's where I got it from.
That's where I got it from. Yeah.
Yay, I'm so glad you I thought you were trying to tell me a story. I'm like, girl, I know this story. I told this story already.
No, I was telling the story to Ruby Dawn.
Oh, right,
but I
right,
didn't. I just said like one oxygen mask. I didn't say, because I was saying like, if you have the oxygen mask, you put it on first and take a breath and then give it to your child, because otherwise, you could, if you give it to the child first, you could pass out before you can get it to your child.
Right.
So because holy cannoli, are those the names of the characters from the Hillbillies? What?
Well, of course they are.
Yeah,
Ellie, Granny.
Yeah, it's Ellie Mae and Granny
Ellie Mae,
and
Granny.
And Jeb.
Jeb Clampett.
Yeah.
And Jethro. That's right. Thank you, Gertrude. Yeah. Thank you. I couldn't think of Jethro. That was the one I was missing.
Yeah, and then you had the bankers that were trying to get the money.
Yeah.
I don't remember them.
Drysdale, Miss Drysdale.
Drysdale, yes. Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. Well, I just lost a piece of information I really need because I remembered Drysdale. Damn it.
So
anyways, so that's So anyways,
so I want to tell this story today because Kim and I had a discussion this morning after this happened, and so before I had the cats, I had fish. I had fish because I didn't want to have anything, because of my history of losing the animals. I didn't want to have any like companion animals that would be there for a long time that I could possibly lose. And fish, I mean, they it's something to keep you company and to watch, but it's still not the same kind of interaction as you have with a companion animal. So there's not that same kind of bond. So I really like betta fish, and I like to get the females because the females are always the ones that are overlooked. When the males with their overbred tails and everything, they're the ones that everybody generally likes. So My latest was a little blue and red named Aurora. And Aurora's tank was I wanted to top off the water this morning. Well, I got up this morning. It wasn't a really good morning for me. I was having issues with the fibro and everything. The cats were at me because they wanted food. I have a million things that I have to do, trying to figure out what the heck how am I going to get all this done today? And so
And then Kim
always have.
calling.
Yeah, well, yeah, you call. I didn't answer
I
Kim
know you
because
did.
I was in the middle of something when she called, and um, I always have a couple of water jugs sitting around to have aged water in. So I go and I pick up one of these water jugs and I take it in, and Aurora swimming around all happily, and pour a little bit of the water in, and instantly the water is bubbling, and I'm like, what the heck? And then I realized, like, wait a minute. Oh my God, I forgot. I had made up a gallon of Odoban and grabbed that one. I even marked it. I mean, dummy, I even marked it. I had written on there, Odoban, Odoban. I didn't even look at it. I didn't even look at the jug. I just got it, just walked, and so the poor fish, I got her out quickly. She was okay. And then a couple hours later, she wasn't. And when I talked to Kim, I mean, I know she's a fish, but she's still,
Doesn't
she's
matter.
my responsibility. And I was telling Kim, she said, well, one, it's an accident. I said, I know. And then Kim was telling me about some of her animals that, she doesn't forgive herself for. And I just felt like, here's the thing. I don't want to be a hypocrite. If I'm telling people that you need to give yourself grace and understanding and acknowledge that you're human and sometimes you make mistakes and that this wasn't intentional and you didn't mean it. Because sometimes, like, I mean, I hear this from people all the time. I had a cat, I had a dog, I didn't take them to the vet when I should have. I thought they were okay. I just thought, they were just throwing up because they had eaten something bad. I didn't realize that they had whatever was going on. And the next day I found them and they were unalived.
Yeah.
And I try to tell people, but you didn't know. Based on everything that you saw before you, all the facts, if the animal was acting healthy and another thing that happened was they just vomited a little bit, how would you know? And sometimes these things happen so suddenly. Um, but I felt really bad about it. I felt like I had unalived her when it wasn't my intention to do that. And I just wanted to put that out there because I think we need to we need to give ourselves grace. We need to give, just like especially if you're dealing with colony cats or you're dealing with a large amount of rescue cats. You don't know where they came from. You don't know their background. You don't know what kind of health problems they may have.
Right.
And so if something happens, because sometimes they do just fall over and we don't know why.
Yep.
And we want to blame ourselves. I still blame myself for the kitten that I found that was unalived in the alley with the cup
Yep.
over its head. Because I didn't get up in time, because I didn't get up at the regular time that I feed, because I was not feeling well because of my physical issues and I was laying down. You know, but this is like what my therapist and I talk about all the time, is giving yourself that grace and understanding that you are, like Cam says, we all do the best we can for our pets for our pets at the time. That's right. Yes. Thank you, Nanya. Thank you, everyone else. Let me see if I can go back here without messing things up. Not letting me scroll down. I don't know. It's not letting. Okay. Not sure why I can't. It's not.
Can I
That's
tell you something, Wanda? The whole
yes.
when you said I know some people would say it's just a fish. So we went fishing. My ex husband and I went fishing one time, and I caught a walleye, and we had it in the little live thing. Whatever. We got home. Well, we had a pond. Well, I put Wally. Yes, his name was Wally the walleye. I put him in the pond. My ex husband's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, we're keeping him, right?" He's like, "We can't keep him." I'm like, "I was trying to keep this walleye in my pond. Okay, it wasn't going to work out, but I didn't know that." And then we had a bunch of little crappie minnows. left over from fishing, and I kept them in a tank in the house because they're little fishies. There was one that was actually like he was like mutated at birth or whatever, but he was crooked, so I named him Nixon. I did. I named him Nixon, and then he had a little friend that he always swam with, so we named that one Agnew. Yeah, I did. So I just wanted to tell you that story so that you understand that I don't think that Aurora was just a fish. I think Aurora was just as much of a loving pet as anybody else's, and so I understand. And I'm really sorry that that happened today, but it was an accident. I know that we all know that you would never ever do that on purpose. But you were having a rough morning, and so you weren't in your right mind when you were doing what you were doing, and you weren't thinking, and that harkens back to the importance of taking care of ourselves and making sure that we're okay so that we can function properly and take care of those that we're responsible for in a more effective way.
And this is why it's important to have a support system and to have friends, so that you have somebody, so when you're thinking crazy thoughts, they can pull you back and explain to you why. And I just want to say to Nunya, Nunya, I'm sure, well, not I'm sure, I know you did the best that you could at the time with the information that you had at the time. And I know that that might not make you feel any differently, but I just want you to know that, everyone in this chat knows the kind-hearted person you are. Anyone who would drive for over 2 hours to adopt a stray cat, he's a stray cat that had health issues, and I mean, we don't know what else, and it's not like you're going
And you
to
didn't
get
care, and you took it on because you were
that's
like, I
right.
see this cat and I'm in love and I want it. That makes you, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
I think the
definitely.
fish my kids loved was named Sorrow. Sorrow. I saw somebody else. I'm trying to do it. I've got my goldfish was named Carl after the movie Sling Blade. Oh, Gertrude, that's so cute. Oh, that's so adorable.
Having
Oh,
the
I
sea
see.
shells.
Everybody is telling you the same thing I'm telling you, Wanda.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I wasn't gonna say this morning, but I'm glad because I knew you'd come to your own realization about this. So I'm really glad that you told the airplane story before you told this story because, like I said, it really does go hand in hand. It just goes to show that yeah, that task needs to go on you first because if it doesn't go on you first and you're not in your right mind or in the right state of that mind, you know, that's when accidents can happen. So we always have to take a step back and make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and we're watching out for our own mental health. So yeah, I know you had a rough morning and it didn't get better after that happened, and I know that, and I'm so sorry, Wanda. If I was there, I'd give you a big hug.
I know you would. And you know what? I would hug her even though she is bisexual. So
Because it would be a platonic hug because she's not my type. She
that's
talks too
right.
much.
That's right. I am. I'm not her type, and she's not my type either. She's too skinny.
Yeah, well, you
I,
talk too much.
like,
So that's not my type.
no, my type is Jodie Foster.
I know we've talked about this. Yes, we have talked about this. And just so we're all clear, I've had two girlfriends my entire life, okay? Just so we can just clarify this right now. I've had two girlfriends in my entire life, and the last one was in my like mid 20s. And then I got married and did all kinds of stupid stuff, and now I just don't want a relationship with anyone. So yeah, just so we're all clear on this. Yeah, I'm not looking for a relationship with anyone. It
Yeah.
would be hard to be platonic with you two cougars. God damn it, Gertrude. Or Cammy said, that was Cam. That was Cam. I just assumed that was Gertrude because that's what she does this stuff all the time. Cam, you're helping Gertrude now. Do you see what you've done, Gertrude? Yes, you're right, Gertrude. Sometimes hindsight does make you harder on yourself. It actually, yeah. My eyes are uncontrollable fountains, Montanonia. You're so funny. I only learned that oxygen mask story from the stewards and stewardesses. I don't know how to spell, but on the planes.
Well, Nanya, everybody, look, here's the thing. Everybody is on their own journey. and everybody has to travel that journey at a different time, and everybody's going to have different detours and side roads, and some
Yep.
people are going to go under the fence, and some people are going to go over the fence, and some people are going to go through the fence. And that's it's your journey, and you have experienced the way you experience it. So when you're mourning over something or you're processing something that happened, I don't care how long ago it happened, because some stuff we just can't process. We can only process it
No.
in teeny little increments. So if you need
Yep.
to do that, you do what you need to do to keep yourself safe, to keep yourself healthy, to keep yourself, you know, going forward. And
Yeah.
that's just what I would say to you, because I think you're a fabulous person. I think you're wonderful. I mean, it's the love that you show for Valentino. I mean, I'm so happy that he has such a wonderful home. Couldn't ask for a better home. I mean, he has a catio all to himself.
Yeah. Cam, I'm like Kim. I suppress stuff. You know, I do. That's not good. It's not a good thing to do. I just do it, and I don't know why. I don't even have any reason to do it anymore, because if I sat here and screamed into pillows and cried and shouted and whatever, nobody would know. But yet I still do it. It's such a bad thing to do. It's such a bad thing to do. Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
Nanya, you're amazing. I think all you guys are. No, my daughter fusses at me. Right? I know. That's funny. I shouldn't suppress things. I know what I do. Except for when I'm talking to Wanda, for some reason, all of a sudden, like I say things, I'm like, and then this one time, I'm like Chunk from the Goonies when they're like talking to him and they're trying to get him to tell him what they know. They're like, we tell us everything. He's like, and when this one time when I was 5, I pretended to throw up. And that's me when I get on the phone with Wanda. I start telling her everything. I'm like, what? I think we're the type of women that do that. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But since my dad died in 2007, I have to in order to survive Daddy with my rock. Listen, I get it. Listen, like Juana just said, we're all on our own journey. We all have to process things and do things the way we got to do them. And there's no right or wrong way to grieve. There's no right or wrong way to process things. Everybody's different. So if anybody tries to tell you that you're doing it wrong, well, they're wrong. They can't tell you. Just look at them and go, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my real mom. Unless it is your real mom, then you can't say that. Yeah. Yeah. Don't say that to your real mom. That'd be bad. Hey, Talk, did you wear
Sure,
yourself
Nanya.
out?
Sure,
Huh?
Nanya, you can say something.
You know, every time she says that, it's never good.
Yeah, and then
She
Kim's like,
does that
type
to me all the time
faster,
too.
type faster.
Type faster. Type faster. She gets in my chat and she's like, hey, guess what? I'm like, I don't want to play that game. No.
You're not my cougar. You can't boss me.
You can't boss me. That bird. She says, can I say something? That bird. Which bird? I mean, I can think of a bird right now, but I don't think I can do it on YouTube. That bird, Nanya? What bird?
Yeah,
Type faster.
yeah.
Listen, we're gonna start a GoFundMe right above your head.
Oh, mine. You mean the
Oh,
parrot?
you! I thought she was
Yeah,
talking to me. I'm like, if I look up, there's gonna be a punchline here. I'm not doing this.
yeah, the parrot. Yeah, it's not real, Tanya. I hope you know it's not real.
It's not. It was never real. It wasn't. It was never real. It was never live.
Yeah, it's a no. Yeah,
It is funny that she sits there with that thing above her head, though.
I never
It
even
so
think
cracks me
about it.
up.
Yeah, it's polyresin. Yeah.
It looks like a ponytail on one. I know it does, doesn't it? Oh my god! I'm so glad I'm not the only one that thinks that. It looks like she's got like one of those little feather things sticking out of her cap. Oh my god. Yeah, no, Nanya's playing mind games with me. I know, isn't she? Because she gets into my chat and she's like, guess what? And I'm like, I don't like the guess what game. I tell kids that all the time when they come up to me and go, guess what? I'm like, I don't play the guess what game. I noticed the bird, but I wasn't going to go there.
It's a poly what?
It's probably.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess this is a store that's in a lot of states, but I got that years ago. My mom and I used to go. My mom loved to go to Boscov's, and we'd go to Boscov's because they'd have these sales, and then they'd have like you go every day and you get some gift if you spend $20. And that was my, my mom would always say, "We're gonna go to Boscov's and get our gift." I'm like, okay. So one time they had these little decorations, and I'm the person. Okay, so if I had a yard, I would be the person with the gnomes and all the little, like the little donkey pulling the cart. That's me. I love lawn ornaments. I have ever since a little kid. I used to always beg my parents, "Can we go see the lawn ornaments? Can we go see the lawn ornaments?" I'd have to, it was weird.
Oh my god, so funny.
So I love this kind
Oh,
of
we
stuff.
have
I love
Boscov's in the mall like 3 miles down. Oh no, yeah. Are you guys hot? Yeah, you guys are. I know, you're all laying around on the floor right now. Oh my gosh, I gotta show you guys what I got. I gotta show you what I got, Wanda. I didn't show you yet. Hold on, I'll be right back. I don't know. Here it goes.
This is our new Indian theme. Jesus, an Indian name now. Oh,
There's so many toys in this chair that every time I try to sit down, I'm sitting on a toy. Okay, you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready? Look what I got.
oh, what is that? It's a little. Oh, it's a carrier.
It's
It's
a
a
backpack cat carrier. Isn't
Oh,
it cute?
who are you going to put in there?
Amber.
Oh, Amber. Okay.
Yep. Yep, Amber. But you know what I found? You know, I found that it was $20. It was $20, guys, at a Big Lots.
Oh, a Big Lots. Yeah, we have a Big
Yeah,
Lots. Diana.
yeah.
What
Why did
about
she say
Diana?
Diana?
I don't know. Diana. What about
That's
Diana?
really weird because who am I going to put in it? Diana.
Oh,
Okay, that's actually real funny. If that's what you meant, Gertrude, that's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. She'll fit it.
don't
She,
put it.
you know why that's funny is because me and Diana stopped at Big Lots on our way back from meeting up with Dawn, and and that's where I found it. And Diana and I stood there and talked about it for a minute. She's like, go ahead and get it, get it. I'm like, okay. So I did. So Diana talked me into it. Now you're trying to tell me to put her in it.
Yeah, Diana was listening to our conversation this morning, or trying
Yeah,
to. Yeah, with the
yeah,
Bluetooth.
yeah. It was yeah. Diana was in the car the whole. Um, Silva's being really weird. Diana was so the bad Matrix cop in the video with that. Listen, Cam, Wendell's right. Wendell's right, and you know it. I know it because the same thing's true for me. I know.
Wendell knows you all too well.
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah.
Wendell's got a little bit of an issue now because you kept poking and poking and poking till he did the hello. Wendell's got a vendetta now. You're in for it, Kim. Isn't you're going to
Right?
get from Amazon a
I
package of
know.
pink of express of
Dang it!
pink
I better.
spray.
Maybe I should take that option off that you can send something that's not on the
Yeah,
list.
I know it's going to be. You'll open it up and there it'll be all spray painted pink.
Um, Wanda, I kept meaning to tell you I love that mini house or
Oh,
towing display. I love
oh, you
minis.
mean
Oh,
the little fairy house,
yeah.
maybe. First, take the dog to the
Why is
vet.
my Why is everything? Oh, hey, you know we got? Do you see how everything got just dark here?
Yeah.
The clouds just rolled over.
Oh,
We got a storm kicking up because all of a sudden, everything just went dark here. Yeah, yeah. I just looked outside and I'm like, oh well, that doesn't look good. I'm gonna turn on my light because Oh my god, don't. Listen, I'm doing a balancing act with my phone right now.
yeah. It rained here last night. We didn't have a storm, but it rained.
Right. Hi, Todd. What you doing? Oh, it's winter spring. What's spring? What's this? Is this your spring? Is this your
Like
spring?
the nights the light
Did you
went
love
out
the
a
spring?
year ago. But it's in Missouri. 103. Whoa.
Dang. Oh God. Now Cam's gonna start. Cam, Wanda, can I tell you something? Can I tell y'all something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess
Go
what?
ahead.
Guess what? Okay, we're waiting for it. Type faster. Cam, you know the rules. You know how our brains work. If you can't type faster, we're going to forget all about it. We're going to pass right by it. Yep. Cat, me too. Okay. We're waiting. Cam, you're not typing faster. We got the attention span of gnats, dude. You can't do this to us. I could honestly sit and chat with y'all 24/7.
Well, there's only one rule, Cam, and that's it. You have to wear pants the whole
Yeah.
time because
Yes, you do. Pants are
otherwise Gertrude's going to get out the wrench.
Can I remember what I was going to type? Hey, hair tie. Hair tie. You want your spring? You want your spring? Where's your spring? Where's, oh, it's over here. Oh my God. Ready? Okay. Go get it, hair tie. Her and its
Well, and I
damn
guess
springs. My God.
before we segue into what we really wanted to talk about here today, Kim,
I
with
forgot what we really wanted to talk about too.
the access to vet care.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. God, oh my
yeah.
God.
So, but before we do that, I do want to mention to everyone, I do appreciate everyone with all the support and asking
Yeah.
for the Amazon list and
Yep.
coming. I'm working on it. I was looking through today because I need to look up a couple of products that like the rescue group uses that I want to make sure I get the links right and everything. So you ladies have not even covered the important stuff yet. Oh, well, of course we've covered the important stuff, Gertrude. We've talked to the
We should
chat.
probably
That's
get moving on this. I don't know. Ruby Dawn's not in here, is she?
no,
Dang it. She's my meteorologist.
Chris. No brawl though.
Listen,
Yeah, bras
listen.
are
That's
optional. Pants
those
are
are yes.
mandatory.
Well, no, we haven't. Okay, so let's do the important stuff. Let's do this.
Do you want to end it just in case? Because
No. I just was looking outside and I'm seeing the tops of the trees are like starting to like bend over.
okay, I just
But that doesn't.
because
But I haven't gotten an alert. No, there's no red alert yet, so I should
okay,
be fine. I'll
okay,
wait until an alert comes on, and then I'll be like, yeah. I'll be like, okay, I gotta go.
all right.
See my comment when I had to leave the live chat about your pink finger dyed to make your gang sign. God
Oh
damn,
yeah,
I didn't see it. I didn't
I
see
saw
it.
it. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so what? Okay, so what was it? Now you got to remind me
Okay.
because I'm literally drawing a blank.
Okay. So
Oh, I know, remember. Okay,
yeah, we want to talk a little bit today, and we can do this more in depth later since
great.
Kim might have a storm coming up. But something happened this morning that really links what the Armchair Cat Advocate is about, which is combining those animal welfare issues with the social
Ruby
justice
Dawn's here.
and how, yeah, hi, Ruby Dawn. Now ask for
Ruby
the
Dawn, will you watch my weather for me? Because I'm looking outside and it's looking kind of spooky, but I can't look at my thing because I'm on here. So please, will you look at the radar for me? Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. So this issue really defines the importance of combining these two and how animal welfare issues impact human welfare issues and vice versa. So this is, and it's going to be a little controversial. So I'm kind of warning everyone ahead of time. But one of the things that rescues do, colony managers do, and even people that they can't afford vet care or even health care for themselves is they will order antibiotics from aquarium companies. So there are aquarium companies out there that have antibiotics that are basically human grade. It's just because they are for fish or birds or other animals, they're not regulated the same way that human antibiotics are.
Right.
This is something that's been going on for a very long time. I mean, this is something I heard about, years ago. Um, it's a common practice in rescues that they can use. Well, I shouldn't say all rescues, but some rescues, especially smaller ones that have a lot of cats, and they don't know they don't, they don't have the money to have a vet come and give medication to all these cats. So what they'll do, and you can go out, there are shelter med websites out there that are reputable. This isn't like some person just sitting around and thinking these things up and giving out false information. They're actual vets that will help these rescues, like combine they, you can use like amoxicillin, okay, a very common antibiotic. Use amoxicillin, mix it with water or a suspension agent, and then give it to the cat according to their weight. It's the same thing as if what the vet would prescribe, and you would pay, you pay $100 to go to the vet or whatever to get the checkup and the vet, the office visit fee and all of that. You can go ahead and you can just get a bottle of these. Actually, let me see if I can.
Thank you, Ruby Dawn.
Let me see if I can grab this over here. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Hang on here 1 minute. Grab this out of my little. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now, this isn't. It isn't illegal. It's not, or it wasn't illegal. Um, it's not. It's not something that is put out there for obvious reasons, because you have to know what you're doing, or have somebody, like I've always done this under the guidance of vet techs, rescue workers that are being guided by vets. I've never just gone online and bought something and just medicated my cats. I don't do that. But I'm gonna just turn this around here for a minute here, and there's my buddy here. But this is an example. Like, this is doxycycline, and it's for fish, and it's the same thing. If I open that, what you're going to see is just tablets like you would get, like your family doctor would prescribe. So about a year or so ago, the FDA decided they were going to start cracking down on all of these things. And their reasoning is because there's overuse of antibiotics and it's breeding super bacteria, and we're going to have super bugs and another pandemic and all these things. So the first
Because
thing
people are getting antibiotics for their fish.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that, guys.
So the first thing they did is farmers used to be able to just go and buy these antibiotics and treat their livestock for whatever. And I mean, you think about farmers and having how much livestock they have. That gets pretty expensive if they have to get a vet to come in and give every single animal an injection. I mean, think about the cost of that, which is what they're going to have to do now. And or at least they'll have to get it prescribed through a vet. So they'll have, I mean, I don't know how that's going to work, but they're going to have to get a vet out there. And that's, and that's coming back to, that's putting more strain on vets that are already in short supply. And, you also, when we think about inflation and food prices going up, and I'm wondering if that's part of the reason why that's happening, because now the farmers are paying more for something that, I mean, they've done this for years. They've done this for years. I would think that most farmers are responsible and they know what they're doing, I would think. So that was the first phase of it. And then last year, like in the fall, I started getting emails from this company the company's called Craft Drug, and they were sending me emails and saying, hurry up and get your antibiotics, if you need anything for your fish or whatever, because the FDA is going to like shut us down. And I thought, well, that doesn't make sense. I mean, we have so many people in the and I've used amoxicillin for my fish. I mean, are you going to take a fish to the vet? I mean, I don't know of any vets that would look at fish. And if there are vets out there that will look at fish, I bet they cost a lot, because that would be kind of like
they do.
Yeah,
they do.
I mean, that would be pretty bad, I would think. So apparently now,
thank you, Ruby Dawn.
So apparently now they do have this ban on buying antibiotics. You can't buy antibiotics. It has to be prescribed by a vet.
Yep.
I talked to the rescue this morning because do you want to talk a little bit, Kim, or?
Yeah, so what I had done was, as you guys know, I recently had Hazel into the vet and had her, got her an antibiotic because she had a little upper respiratory infection. And I'm pretty sure it's because she caught a, pretty decent sized cold when we had that really bad cold snap here and it was really cold in the house. So I did her her whole run of antibiotic stuff, but she still got a little bit of a cold. I noticed that at the end of the run, she still hadn't gotten rid of it completely, but I was like, okay, it's the end of the run, she should be fine. But she's still kind of got a little bit of a sneeze and a cough again. So now I could spend the $70 and go back to the vet clinic for a prescription for something that is the prescription itself costed $25. It wasn't that expensive. I could take her back to the vet for the same, but it's for the same thing. I already know what she needs. I already know all that. There's no reason to go through all of that. Getting her in a carrier. Right now, my car's not running, so now finding a ride up to the vet clinic. All of that just to get something that I already know what she needs. So I called Wanda because I know that Wanda is A, responsible, B, knowledgeable, and C, she knows she has resources available to her for these things. I know that Wanda would, if I asked Wanda to help me out with something like this, so I sent her a picture of what I had gotten prescribed for Hazel and said, is there any way you can help me out? Is there a way to get this without having to go to the vet? I know Wanda's not going to be like, I'm just going to brew something up in my kitchen. Hold on, I'll ship it to you. No, she's not going to do that. I know that she is going to literally say, I don't know where to find that, but I think I know somebody that does. That's the kind of person I like to ask those questions to because I like people that can say, I don't know, but let's find somebody that does know. I respect those people, and Wanda is 100% one of those people. So that's why I went to Wanda and asked her about this. I don't know exactly, Danielle, which is real. Like, she's going to be in there with a cauldron, just like brewing up a post-it and going, here, put this on our tail 3 times a day. you know, why? But, but yeah, so I that's why I respect Wanda, but that's why I wanted to go to her and ask her. So just before anybody sits there and goes, oh, you're trying to make deals. No, we're not. I went to her because I know that if it's something you can legally get, let's go that route before I spend money I don't necessarily need to spend on a route, on an alternative route. Now, do I want her to do this in a way that's illegal? No, which is where the hang up now comes in.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I messaged the founder of the rescue that I deal with, and I asked her, where do you get your antibiotics at? And she was telling me how she was able to get what Kim needs, but it's now no longer available from
Right.
you have to have a prescription, you have to have a vet. And I said, okay, so we're trying to come up with a solution to help Kim. And I explained her situation. And I said, here's the thing that is really hanging up all of this and making this a big issue, and why we're wanting to come on here today and talk about it is that, I have never in any platform that I've talked about this told people or encouraged people to go out and do this. I have always told them, in fact, I would go out of my way to withhold information about how to do it because I know that people will go out and they'll do things that they really shouldn't. Because like my upstairs neighbor, she ended up getting she actually bought out and she bought amoxicillin for fish. She has 100-pound pit bull. She was giving him about 3 times what she should have been giving him
Right.
because she just gave it to him. She didn't ask anybody. She didn't ask the
Right.
vet. She didn't know what she was doing. And I tried to explain to her. And then she was buying things off of Amazon that, could have potentially hurt him because they were for humans. And I tried to explain to her, you cannot just do this kind of stuff. You have to
Right.
talk to somebody that knows what they're doing. This is the thing that irritates me when people come at me when I'm in these kind of forums, and they'll say things like, well, you should always go to a vet and you should never
I
do
love
this and blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, but here's the thing. I'm working with people who work with cats every day, like 24/7. They have dealt with things that would make you go under your bed and just shake with fear and terror at how bad that these cats are injured or whatever. They wouldn't even be able to come out. You wouldn't be able to function if you saw what they saw day in and day out. But you know, that's the kind of people that I deal with. These are hardcore cat rescue folks that have seen it all. They have been to they have vets. It's not that they just go, "Oh, I think that cat has a broken leg. Let's just put a
Right.
popsicle stick on it and some gauze." No, they actually have vets. And I'm going to tell you that the vets, at least every rescue I've ever been involved with, the vets that help these rescues help them, they give them these tips. That's why they're out there. When Kim and I were doing a presentation for Maddie's Fund, the where we were, and I think, and Ruby Dawn was there too. The day that
Yeah.
we were there, they always have a question before these presentations, and the question to the group was, "What are some pet cost saving pet tips, like for pet supplies or whatever?" And there were people in the chat. I mean, these are animal welfare folks. These are animal welfare folks in rescue, and they're all across the board. They're doing animal control, all different jobs and within animal welfare. And there were a number of them saying, "Oh yeah, we buy parasite flea control from Australia or from Canada
Yep.
because we can get it without a prescription because it's expensive, and because here, if for a lot of the flea control meds, the dog and the cat, the medications are exactly the same,
Yeah.
exact same ingredients. What's
Yep.
different is the concentration.
Right.
So that's why you have smaller vials for cats than you do for
Right.
dogs. So if
Right.
you know how to split it down, if you can do that, if you know how to do that with a just like with a syringe without a needle and split it down, you can definitely use dog flea meds. Not all. You have to do your research. You have to be careful. Again, that's why I'm not. That's why I'm being vague, because I don't want people to go out and
Yeah.
try something. I don't want to. This Wanda told me to do it because Wanda didn't tell you to do it. It's just an option.
Listen,
And
and anybody that does something and tries to get away with, but Wanda told me to do it. Listen, that you silly. Think about what that sounds like before you try to use that as a defense, okay? Please. I just want you to, but these two girls on YouTube told me to do it. Don't ever walk into a courtroom and say that, please.
well, and the other piece of this is, and this is where I'm linking it up. This is why I'm telling you these
Right.
issues are often intertwined.
Yeah.
People that do not have access to human health care
Right.
buy these antibiotics. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I have read numerous
I've
articles
done
about
it. Just
yeah.
saying, I've done it. I'm gonna be real with you. I've done it because I went without health insurance for a long time. And you know what? The way I saw it was antibiotic is an antibiotic, no matter who the hell you are.
Yeah.
It's an antibiotic. So I've done it. Oh,
And
and by the
and
way, Cam, I'm sure they would. If I called this vet, they probably would just say, "Oh, she's having the same symptoms. Then we'll just give you another prescription." I'm sure they would, but I wasn't positive, so I thought I'd just put that out there with Wanda first, just in case. If she couldn't do it really easily, then yeah, I'm gonna call them and just see if they'll do that. Yeah, I'm sure they would. They're very nice.
yeah, and some vets will do that, but it's still more expensive than what you would pay, because I can get a certain flea
Yeah.
medication. If I paid when I used to buy it at the vet, it was over $100 for like 6 vials, and that only treated 6 cats. But
Right.
for $66, I can get a 6 pack of the dog, and that treats like one vial treats like 6 cats. One vial treats like I mean, just
Right.
math the math. It's so much cheaper, and it comes back to you have these big agencies like the FDA and these other governmental agencies and people that are going to sit in judgment. But, let's look at where the problem really lies instead of saying, well, those people are doing this and they're doing that. Why are they doing it? Why? What was making Kim go and buy a bottle of fish antibiotics to treat her infection? Because she doesn't have health insurance. Is
Yeah.
that Kim's fault? No, it's not. Because Kim
Actually,
worked.
I had to think about that for a second, one, because I'm like, wait a minute, was that back when I was still using, or was it after? Because if it was when I was still using, it was my fault. After, no, it was since I've been clean, so no, it's okay. It was
Well,
my fault.
a lot of people that are working, they're working 2, 3 jobs. They're still
Right?
barely making it. They're not working, and each one of those jobs, they're not making enough to get health insurance, or it's too
How
expensive.
about, are you
So
stuck?
they're doing what they can to take care of themselves and their family.
Are you stuck?
And
What
the
the hell?
same thing with the cats. And when you're in a position, when you have like myself with the colony, I have people, we have I don't think there's really any vet in this area, because I've caught a lot of them that will treat a colony cat. They don't want anything to do with the stray
I
cats,
know.
the quote feral cats. So we're pretty much on our own, just like what I said about Tora.
Yeah.
Tora would have died. If I hadn't done that, Tora would have died. Now, did I just get a bottle of antibiotics and treat him? And no, I did all my research. I checked into it, and then I asked other rescue people, what do you think about this? And I luckily knew someone who, she wasn't a vet tech, but she was part of the rescue, but then in her spare time, she worked for a vet. So she ran it across the vet, and then she told me, yeah, go ahead. She said, he said, what you're doing should be fine. So, I mean, no, it's, I just wanted to bring that out there because I just wanted to put those together for everyone so that everyone can see
Right.
what this is a great example of
Yeah.
how this animal welfare issue is impacting people from a social justice issue. Because
Right.
who's it impacting? It's not impacting people that have money. It's not impacting,
Nope.
someone like Elon Musk that has almost $1 trillion. It's not impacting them. They don't care. They have plenty of
Do you
money to
know? Do you
go.
know? Wait. Do you know that man? That man. Listen. I just found this out. I was like, this puts in perspective for you. Elon Musk has got $278 billion. Okay. Now, just to give you a perspective here, he could give every person on the planet $1. Think about this.
Mhm.
Every person on the planet, he could give everybody on the planet $1, and he would still have $270 billion. That's some perspective.
Yeah.
Listen. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Uh, what is it?
So
What?
I'm
I'm
reading. I'm reading.
looking.
Gertrude. Gertrude says, "I left a place because after a surgery, they wanted 3
Oh
wound
yeah.
wrap appointments a week at $35 each. That my cat took
Yeah.
off before we got to my car."
See, they shouldn't be. That's what I'm talking. That's
Yeah.
one of the things that I'm totally against. If I bring my animal in to have a procedure or a surgery or something done, if there's any required follow up care, it should all be under the umbrella of whatever the charges you pay you charge me to begin with. There shouldn't be additional charges. If you're requiring follow up care, then that should be in the cost to begin with. That should not be additional costs. For me, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely just asinine. It really is.
Oh yeah, and Gertrude, don't forget taking old medicine because you don't have money.
Yeah,
That can be very dangerous.
I've done that.
And I
Done
really,
it.
yeah. I mean, I understand, and I'm not judging.
Good.
I'm just concerned for anyone that does that, because let me tell you, I did that one time, and my doctor told me, you're lucky you didn't unalive
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
So just you
yeah.
have to be really careful, because I'm telling you, some antibiotics do become tetracyclines, doxycycline. What I have here, doxycycline,
Yeah,
that becomes toxic after
yeah.
expiration. So be really
Yeah,
careful.
that's weird how some medicines work. There's a reason why it's basically a bunch of alchemy stuff because it's not something just anybody should be doing. People shouldn't.
No, but and it comes down to, see, this is the thing that's just so warped in my mind is, okay, so if my cat's sick, I can't afford to treat my cat. I take him to the vet. The vet will say, "You surrender the cat to us, we'll treat
Yep.
him." Like you couldn't work out a payment plan with me. Okay,
Right.
so
So
but you're
obviously
willing,
you guys have the resources available to do this. You just
right?
refuse to do it in a way that helps me.
Right, right. And you're gonna take care. So you take care of Rogue. So here's the first thing. You're gonna treat him. You're gonna take care of all that money that you're out of pocket basically because nobody's refunding you for that. They're not paying for that. Then on top of that, you're gonna have to find a home for him. So that's gonna be
Yeah.
more resources to keep him in a shelter somewhere. He has FIV. He's not going to be an easily adoptable cat, and he's black and white. And we know that black and white cats, tabby cats, they're kind of run of the mill. They're not, people like flashy, like well, Fury probably be adopted because he's long haired. He looks kind of like he's a Timu ragdoll, but some cats that are just kind of
Did you call
more.
him a Timu ragdoll?
He's my Timu ragdoll.
Okay, so we've moved on from calling things Wish.com ragdolls to now Timu ragdolls
I never said
because it used to be,
wish.com.
huh?
That wasn't me. That might have been somebody else.
No, because that used to be the phrase everybody used. Everybody be like, oh, it's the Wish.com version. But I
Oh,
think
I don't
that's kind
know.
of died out, so now it's the Timu thing,
I
huh?
never heard that. I just
Oh, you have,
I just
yeah, that was always how it used to be. So I'm like, okay, so we've moved. I just want to make sure that I don't go say something that's outdated to somebody. I'm just making sure
uh
that, okay, so we've moved on from Wish.com. Okay, cool.
Chris
I
said
used to review surgical
ladies
care.
in the did you say
Huh?
ladies in the past? Chris says ladies in the past when poor I had no choice but to use fish medicine for myself. It is what it
Oh, yeah.
is. A vet tech told me about. Yeah.
Yep. Like I said, been there, done that. Yep, I know. And it's rough. And that's kind of why we wanted to talk about it, because it's one of those things, it's like, they shouldn't make it so hard. Okay, so I'm just gonna, Ruby Dawn, I'm sorry, Dawn, I'm gonna use you as an example. So where she lives, they're so concerned with this, oh, there's an overpopulation of cats and blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, we're gonna make it really difficult for you to manage them so that the problem will go away. I got an idea. If you're that worried about that thing, that about all the cats being a problem, and you're so concerned about this and that and the other thing, why don't you set up a program that helps to solve the problem, rather than making solving the problem something that is unattainable by the people attempting to help solve the problem? I mean, it's real simple, guys. It's real simple.
Well, and if they don't want antibiotic resistant superbugs out there,
Right.
maybe give people actual access to health care and
Yeah.
vet care so
Yeah.
that they're not trying to do these alternative. So I mean, it comes down to the solution to the problem is just to punish the people that don't have the money to do the right thing, because they would if they could. But this is like when you're trying to. I don't want to. I'm not giving up my animals. Not. I'd never do that again.
No.
It nearly
No.
devastated me, and I'll do whatever I can to take care of them. And if that means I have to risk whatever by ordering from Canada or whatever, I'll do it. I'm
Right.
just not. I'm not surrendering any of them. Unless it would be something like when Rogue hurt his leg last fall. If he had come and it had been mangled and half hanging off, and he was, bleeding and nearly unalived at my doorstep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he would have gone to emergency vet, and I would have said, I would have said, just take him and do whatever you need to do. I can't pay for it, but please don't, if you can keep him alive, keep him alive. And if that means that I have to surrender him and you have to give him to someone else, then do that. But I wouldn't let him expire. But,
Yeah.
I just want to read this from Kat here. It says, I used to review surgical care, and there was a huge effort to get surgeons to stop post op antibiotics that were not needed because it was causing drug resistance. And there's another issue. It's like, okay, so you know, again, it always comes back to, well, this is the problem. No, it's not that simple. It's not just one thing, it's a lot of things. So let's address let's systemically address it, not just point fingers and say it was your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault.
Yep, exactly.
Nanya, Timu
And
is
you
the
guys are right.
deepest.
It's not the rich neighborhoods. It's not listen. It's not the richy rich neighborhoods that are taking care of you. I mean, when's the last time you heard about some richy rich neighborhood where they're like, oh, we've got these colony cats and blah blah. Even colony cats that we're taking care of, they don't, because they wink wink take care of the problem.
Yeah.
Healthcare is in the turlet. Oh my God, Cam, you say turlet. I love it. I say turlet.
Gertrude says, so seems like a lot of poor people are the ones trying to help cats.
Yep. Yep.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's that's exactly what it is. You know why? Because we have empathy, we have compassion.
Mhm.
We see somebody that's suffering, and we're like, we understand. We're suffering too. Let's help each other out. Those rich folks come to my door and ask me to fix it for them. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Yeah. Dawn says, but I will make sure these cats eat and get what they need because somebody has to. I just can't
Yeah.
understand how it helps to give up pets if you can't afford them. Shelters or
Yeah.
underwater. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Why is there not a paradigm shift? Somebody's getting money somewhere for this problem to
Oh yeah.
remain, because otherwise there would be a paradigm. I mean, if I was a rescue and I had a bunch, I mean, just the colony out here, I would love to find homes for everybody. I don't want to, I don't want people bringing me their pets. I'm going to try to help them keep their pets. I just don't have the capacity to have a huge 50 cat colony. But
Right.
the problem is that there's something with these shelters. They're getting some kind of compensation, because why isn't there a paradigm shift? Why isn't there some kind of, instead of shelters housing animals, why don't they have, I don't know. Why don't they have like veterinary? But I know veterinary social work is becoming more popular. But why don't
Yeah.
they just have like 6 offices with 6 veterinarian social workers where people could come in with their pets and go, "Hey, here's my cat Rogue. I have he's got some problems. He has some dental work and things that he needs done. I'm living in permanent support housing. I can't afford it, but I want to help him. Why don't we have some solutions for people like me and for Kim and for Dawn and Chris and all the other people in the chat that are saying, yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. And yeah, that goes. I mean, we've talked about this before. The whole, if shelters have all this access to like being able to care for these animals and get food and whatever, why can't they just help? Why don't they just help the people that actually have the pet instead of forcing someone to give up their pet, their companion? Okay, like many of mine. I've said this before. I will say it again. Okay, like I said this on my channel. I just scratched myself across the chin with my own thumbnail, and I'm just letting you know that hurt a little bit. So, yeah. But I've said this on my channel. I'll say it on this channel. If let me just tell you guys, this is where we're at, and a lot of you guys have heard this before. Maybe some of you haven't. My cats, you guys know my cats are my entire life. They're my whole world, and I spend every dime I have, and I do everything in my power to make sure that they have what they need, right? But if something happened, let's say something happened to Sherlock, say he ran out the door, maybe that one night that he ran out the door, he got really severely injured. I don't have $1,000, $1,500 just sitting there somewhere where I could go, oh my gosh, an emergency came up. I got to take Sherlock to the vet. You know what would happen? This is the reality of my situation, okay, guys? If that happened with Sherlock, I would have no choice but to surrender Sherlock to the Humane Society. You know why? Because I would not have the money to afford to take him in and get him what he needed. And for his own welfare, the way things are set up, I would have to go and surrender Sherlock simply because even though I care for these guys on a daily basis and I do just fine, I don't have the money to just go and pour into an emergency, situation. Even I am am not immune to this. And that's bull. Because what they should be doing is working with people in those situations. If it's a situation like that where I'm a responsible pet owner and I care for my animals on a daily basis, I just don't have that big lump sum in an emergency situation. There should be somewhere where they can come to you. You can go to them and you can go, please help me. I'm a responsible pet owner. I just need some help. And there should be things available, but there's not. Because even I would lose one of my animals in that situation. And that's just the sad truth of it right now.
Nanya says, let's all write to that musky person and I'll ask him for $1.
But why did she say the musky person? Does she? Honey, you know who Elon Musk is, right?
I know, but I think she's being.
I hope you're being funny.
I think she's being. Yeah.
I hope. No, please tell me you're being. Listen, and the reason I'm asking, my chin really hurts. I really got myself good. The reason why I'm asking, because it's not far fetched. Do you know how long I've known who Elon Musk is? 2 years. I didn't know who he was before 2 years ago. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Of course. Listen, Nanya, like I said 2 years ago, if you'd have said Elon Musk to me, I'd have been like, who the hell is that? I didn't know who that was. Because I just didn't pay attention. I didn't care.
Yeah, and Gertrude says, Wanda, the list for housing where I am is over 4 years of waiting at least. They told me that others coming in get out at the top of the list. Yeah, and I mean, it
That's
is.
crazy.
It's like people experiencing homelessness. And then if you have a pet, this is why, this is why there's so much abuse with emotional support animals as far as, I mean, not the animal, but the system. Because the housing providers are trying, the social workers and such, they're trying to get people housed. And they know that people are not going to let go of their pets. So they have people that won't go into rehabs, for recovery, substance use recovery. They won't go into get treatment at a hospital. They won't go into any kind of shelter because they have their pets. They refuse to leave their pets. And so what they'll do is they'll just, I mean, and now that, so many, and the thing is, like, again, it's a problem that was created because of a problem that they didn't have any, they weren't the ones that created the original problem, but the problem was created because of that original problem. Just like what we're talking about with this access to vet care. It's a domino effect. It just keeps, you hit one and everything just falls around it.
Yep. Hi, Princess. I mean, they told me to stop rescuing, feeding, etc. because I tried to talk about costs to them and asked if they would make a deal. Wow. Hi, Princess. Hello, pretties. What time is it right now? Oh, I understand what's going on here.
Oh, it's a time for them to eat.
Everybody's being real frisky right now. Frisky, get it? Frisky. I said frisky. See what I did there, guys? See what I did there? Frisky? They're being frisky because never mind.
I get it.
Well, as you guys know, it takes me like five seconds to do this, so I'm just gonna give their food real quick.
Okay.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah, I don't understand, Dawn. I don't get how an animal welfare organization is supposed to be helping the animals. So how are they helping? So apparently, why don't they put in their description then, we only help these animals. We don't consider outdoor cats animals. They're vermin. I mean, it's just crazy. It's like, that's why I try to show so much footage of the outdoor colony, so that people see that, wow, they act just like regular cats. I mean, and some people are really shocked by that. Like, wow, they act like regular cats. Yeah, they do. They built a new office building. Unbelievable. The kitties love the Friskies Dry Farm favorites with chicken. Yeah, Friskies are not. People have their opinions about different foods, but um, my friend's vet who took care of Rogue did his vet check and neuter and everything. He told me, he said Friskies are fine. I mean, I've had several. Yeah, it is outrageous. You're right, Chris. I mean, why are they not helping these cats? They're they're not they're not wild animals. They're just not. They're scared. They're traumatized, but they're not wild animals. And I wish the world I really wish the word feral would just go away. I wish we'd just do like socialized and unsocialized. Yeah. Can't see the forest for the trees. No, they don't understand. They don't understand, and they don't understand. I just recently I had a sit down with there's we have a group here that was doing some did Kim what happened to Kim? Kim, we can't see you. I wonder if one of the cats jumped. Oh, there we go. Uh, I just had about a couple weeks ago. I sat down with a she is part of a marketing team, and they were doing research about um, bringing supported housing units and like recovery houses and things into neighborhoods. So they wanted to talk to people that had lived experience as well as providers and other stakeholders. And so we sat and we had this conversation, and she herself, she shared with me that she grew up in that kind of area. And then she was talking about how they had done a they had actually gone and done and talked to some other neighborhood about something, and it was for a healthcare system. And in their focus groups, it turned out that the part of the problem that the healthcare professionals trying to figure out what was going on in this one area. And there was some issue with they had an issue with stray dogs. So apparently, I don't know what the issue was, but there was some issue with stray dogs. And it had nothing to do with the what the healthcare worker, the hospital or whatever paid for this marketing group to go out and do this research to find out how to reach people, find out what the problem was with access or whatever. But it had something to do with stray dogs in the area. I guess maybe people were getting bit or something. I don't know. But it just kind of, like, it was just really funny because I was talking to her about the cats and how, the problems always seem to be shifted onto the people that don't have the capacity to deal with them. They're already dealing with enough. So, the kind of, I guess, the more basic thought is, well, you're already dealing with a lot. Who cares? Here, have another problem. You're already, you're already, you're already poor. You already have all these other issues. One thing ain't gonna break you. I don't know.
Now I'm out of breath. I'm just reading through the chat from what you guys were talking about when I was doing that. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, no, yeah. Oh my god. See what I mean? Okay, so this is what I mean by it's hot. I'm fine as long as I'm just sitting here not doing nothing, not moving. The minute I gotta get up and I don't know, feed 19 cats, I'm like, whew, out of breath, sweating, whew. Drinking out of the 2-liter bottle because that's what I do. You know why? It's my 2-liter bottle. I don't gotta worry about it. Anybody remember getting in trouble when you were a kid? We'd go in the fridge and you like drink out of the milk jug or something. Get smacked in the back of the head. What the heck are you doing? So
Yeah,
now I'm an adult. It's my house. It's my pop, and I'm like, I'll drink out of the. Yeah. One of the fun things about being an adult. North Carolina, come on and raise up. Ha, Jenna's not here to clip songs. Take your shirt off. Put it around your head, spin like a helicopter. Every time I hear North Carolina, I'm sorry, Petey Pablo goes through my head. Gotta go get Russ. Birthday dinner. Oh, that's right. Oh, you guys. Wait a minute. Ruby Dawn, where's Russ? Where is he? Is he anywhere near the phone right now? Or the video or wherever? Can he see this? Can you see this? Ruby Dawn, come on. Tell me. Please type faster. Okay, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, is he? Okay, he can hear this. Hey Russ, because today is Russ's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Russ. Happy birthday to you. Okay, I just wanted to do that.
I'm sure he appreciated the Cougar Mama. The Cougar Mommy birthday dance.
No, I know he did. He appreciates me, and so does Ruby Dawn, and so therefore. Listen, Gertrude, you're not wrong. I was about to do that. I was actually about to do that. I was about to do the Marilyn Monroe version and even do the thing. I decided against it. Happy birthday.
You know, Kim, that guy was right. We are two meatballs.
You're right. Let's unban him. He had a point.
Yeah.
I think I reacted a little too harshly there. That was my fault. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, you're right. He was abs. He had a very good point. Yeah. Oh, don't get that fanboy going.
Yes, Kim is an influencer, everyone.
Listen, I love Dawn. I love Russ. I think the two of them are just two of the best people I've ever met in my life. I absolutely adore both of them. If it was Dawn's birthday today, I would have done the Marilyn Monroe one. In fact, Dawn, when it's your birthday, you remind me, and I will do the Marilyn Monroe version for you. I will do that for you because I absolutely love you.
Gertrude said that would have been awesome, and Bentley could watch you. It's not improper at all.
All right, happy birthday to it. Yeah, with 9-year-old watching somebody saying happy birthday is not a big deal. Unless it's the Marilyn Monroe version, then it is improper or inappropriate. Okay. And Gertrude, listen, Gertrude. Don't push things, Gertrude.
Ross doesn't care about me. I'm not a big influencer. He would say, who the hell's that?
Ruby, Dawn says that's it. I'd have to move into Missouri. Like I said, Dawn, you got to remind me when your birthday is. I know you told me. Listen, I don't remember. I'm lucky I remember my birthday. I can't believe I remember that today is Russ's birthday. But for some reason, I don't remember things. If it's not immediately coming up, then I'm going to forget. Yeah, I will. I'll forget because I know you said you're at the end of one, like the last hour of one into the last. Yeah, I know that I remember you said that much. I know, but Kim being there.
You can be the pride Marilyn Monroe.
There we go. I'll put on the tutu and everything. Oh my gosh, Dawn, I'll put on a tutu and everything. Yeah. I will put on the tutu. Yep, I will do it. You're good till March. Oh man, we just missed it. Okay, well, I'll okay. All right. We'll get there.
You could always have a belated birthday, Kim.
Oh, we could. Mm-hmm. There's no rules saying we can't. Although I think there is kind of like an unwritten rule of it has to be within 30 days, doesn't it? That would be the best birthday ever. Remind me when it comes closer to your birthday, Dawn, and I will sing you the Marilyn Monroe version of Happy Birthday. Instead of Mr. President, it'll be Ruby Dawn.
In the tutu.
In the tutu. I'll get red lipstick too. Sherlock. Sherlock, what are you doing? That's a long way to go, Kim. Hey, you know what? Love you too, honey. Bye,
Yes,
sweetie.
love
Thanks for hanging
you.
out with us. So,
Tutu required.
I got a question. How come the little timer at the top of the screen says 8 minutes and 55 seconds? 9 minutes. Like we've only been live for that long.
Oh, you know what? While you were
What?
gone, your
Yeah.
screen went black.
Oh, did
So
it?
I think it might have cut out for a minute
Oh, it probably did. Probably
because
one of the cats did something.
because I thought I lost you at first. I was
Oh, that's why then. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think
It's
that's
so
what happened.
so my
Yeah,
counter just
you're okay.
restarted. Okay, that's cool. That's what I
Because
wanted to know. I'm
mine
like, what
because
happened?
mine says 145. So
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Because mine was doing the counter until I just fed the cats, and all of a sudden it's like blanked out. I'm like, what happened? It started over. I agree with you too. I speak up if any vulgarity comes up in chat because kids see enough. I would not put a stumbling block in front of a kid. It's hard enough for them. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, Gertrude. Yes.
And we know
Yes,
you
that's
wouldn't, Gertrude. We know everything that you do
we
isn't.
know. Yeah, we know that
Yeah.
you're totally.
And
Yeah.
we appreciate you.
And here's the other thing, Gertrude. I know that if I came to you and said, "Hey, Gertrude, I think that might have stepped over the line a little bit," you'd just apologize and move on with life like a normal human being.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just said that. I sure did. Sure did. So, yeah. Anyways, I know you would, honey. Gertrude, I know you would. And that's exactly, yeah. And that's how it should be because you're an adult. So, anywho, I suppose I got my head, listen, I got a headache. The heat is starting to get to me already. And I know that because no matter what I take, the last 2 days, my head's just been, I've had this like little stupid pounding, this little headache that's been going in the back of my head. And all the medicine is doing right now is just keeping it from coming forward into a migraine. That's all it's doing. But it's still there. It's just still sitting back there lurking. Go get your yippee stick. With yip stick. That's right, my yip stick.
But you have to go to Home
That means I gotta go to
Depot.
the Home Depot. Yeah.
Yeah. Go to the Home
Tension.
Depot.
Gertrude, I'm not sure if it's tension, quite honestly. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if it's a tension headache. I don't know if it's because I get this in the heat a lot. And some people go, "Oh, I got a heat headache," blah blah blah. But because of my anemia, the pernicious anemia, it might be something that has to do with that. Because again, no health care means no anything for that. So yeah, Home Depot. That's right, Home Depot. I'm gonna go to the Home Depot and get some yip sticks so I can sing "Happy Birthday" to Rudy Dawn. So me and Diana were talking about this, and I think it's a good idea. We were talking about how we were like, it'd be fun. We should both put in applications over at Home Depot. We could work at the Home Depot
Yeah.
in the paint department. In the paint department, think about it. I mean, like the yipstick department.
Yeah.
How fun would that be? That'd be a blast. Actually, I told her, I said, I think we should do it. I think it'd be fun. I mean, just for something to do. It'd be great. Run around Home Depot. I get bad sinus headaches, migraines, cluster, all that good stuff.
Oh.
You sure can. Yep. Yeah, no, I do. I get migraines. And the older I get, the more often. Try an ice pick. Oh my god, at first I thought that's an ice pick. I'm like, well, that would solve it. Kim, try an ice pack on the back of your neck. That's not a bad idea. Sorry, ice pick headache. Okay. Listen, I'm getting, where are we going here? We got an ice pack on the back of my neck, and now Gertrude wants me to put an
Oh
ice
no,
pick in my
Gertrude.
head. What?
Yeah, I think Gertrude thought she did a typo maybe because she said ice. She said ice pick
Okay,
headache,
gotcha.
but then you
Yep.
said ice pack.
Okay.
I
Oh, okay, a form of
Yeah, I
migraine.
think
I'm like,
you,
what?
no, you're fine, Gertrude. You didn't have any typo. We knew exactly what you were talking
Yeah.
about. I mean, if that's what
I thought you wanted me to give myself a lobotomy. I was like, what?
here's gonna that could be fun though, Kim.
I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, listen. I hear that they don't, that nothing bothers them anymore.
With your With your
I
beautiful
mean,
brain, it might turn out really different.
it might. I mean, hell, you never know. I'm not doing that, dude. That's just so fun. That's so wrong. Oh my god. I am, however, gonna get out of here because yeah, my I don't want this to turn into an actual migraine, so I'm gonna go just chillax on the couch, turn the phone off, so I'm not staring at a screen because I know that doesn't help. And I think I'm gonna try Chris's suggestion. I'm gonna go grab an ice pack and put it on the back of my neck because if that helps, hell, I'll do it. Hi, kittens. So yeah. So you know what that means, Wanda?
Yep.
You can stay and hang out. You can hang out. All you got to do is if I'm gonna leave before you, all you got to do is those three little the three little dots at the bottom of your screen. If you
Yeah.
click on them, you'll see remove guest. That will remove me.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna leave too because it is almost 2 hours,
Okay.
and I have things to do because here, it's 6:30 here, so
Yeah.
I have to take
Okay.
care of Kitty's outside, and I have to cook out some. I have to cook out. I have to cook some chicken for my
Yeah.
friends. I have some chimkin in the and Rogue. Every time I open the refrigerator door, he walks over and he sits and stares at it like, "Is it ready yet? No, it's still uncooked. I don't care. I'll eat it that way."
Right.
Okay, so
Right. Ladies and germs. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D Generation X proudly brings to you the tag team champions of the world. I'm just kidding. Anybody that ever watched wrestling remembers that intro, and I love that intro. Bye, guys. Okay, go ahead and
okay, all
get us
right.
out of here.
Okay, well, I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us,
Yep.
and thank you for listening to us rant and rave and
Yep.
sharing all of your wonderful comments. Remember, I mean, everybody here is pretty much knows the drill, but I'm going to say that for people that watch this or for the rewatch club. Um, you know,
Watch
go,
gang.
yeah, rewatch gang. Go over to Kim's channel, Life with 18 Cats Unedited. Do all that fun stuff.
Yep.
Subscribe, hit the
Yep.
notification bell, like, and leave a comment for her, and leave a nice, respectful comment. Same here with the Armchair Cat Advocate.
Yep.
Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, leave a comment.
Yep.
If you don't know what to comment, that's fine. Give us a little smiley emoji, a nice emoji, not like some snarky emoji.
Yeah.
A little nice kitty emoji or something
Leave
like
a little
that.
kitty emoji.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's cool. We don't you don't have to write a novel. That just that helps with engagement and helps both of the
Yeah.
channels. So thank you all, and
And
we're
thanks for
gonna
all the support, guys.
yeah, and thanks for all the support. And let's do Kim's signature. Bye.
Bye.